G'day, today we're going to have a look at the daily challenge in Mini Motorways. So this one is set in Los Angeles. This is the daily challenge of January 4th. So we get no bridges, but we get to start with one motorway, but our motorways cost road tiles. So I think this could be a fun little challenge. Basically, one of the ways that I try and play is that we have... I don't use motorways until sort of I absolutely have to. So with that in mind, hopefully it does mean that by the time I am using them, I've accrued a fair bit of road tiles anyway, so it hopefully shouldn't cause me a problem, but we'll see how we go. Always a slow start to this one. Actually, I realize I normally play these ones in night mode, don't I? So let's flick over there. It's funny because those two layouts are identical. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 up, 5 across, 6 up, 5 across, 6 up, 5 across, but with one I've decided to go straight route in like that. So let's just clean it up and make both match. How many sort of what the tile sort of layout is of this if we go, because every time it hits a grid spot. It won't tell me how much it's going to cost me as I build it. It's only going to be once it's placed that it'll actually make the judgment. Okay, so let's just pause that for a second. Let's swing that guy in like that. And for now, we'll just have that guy hook all the way around. It's not too much longer in his journey. The problem with that is that it's really blocking out this second blue house, and wherever he's going to show up. Yeah, there we go. I'll just try and last with one on this for now. Oop. Ideally, what I probably want to do is, I don't know, maybe make this guy a motorway. We want to start accruing motorways to happen. We don't want to do it with just the one that we've got. And there's also no sort of specific layout for where that would be good. So what we'll do is maybe we'll make this guy look after him, and these two guys who are quite close to this guy. That almost means, short of going an extremely long time, that might be sufficient for the whole game. Let's do that. If that guy became circular, probably going to be a problem, but otherwise he should be set for a long while. Looks like I'll be slightly closer if we do that. Does feel like long term one of these two guys is going to have to be a motorway. Seems like yellow just got given the job. Okay. So let's just bounce a motorway from there to him. Oop. There to him. We'll go straight across here. We don't have a... right. So let's... that connection. And let's join this guy on here too. And this is where we're going to definitely have a shortage. A little bit of everything. So even Even if we use the motorway for these guys, it's going to cost us. Put it in there. Now really I could just work around the outside there to get there. But I don't know. I guess we want to sort of leave this area open if we can, for hoping for a second yellow house for this guy. I mean, we could send this guy all the way around. And even then, that's blocked off. Basically, this guy's gonna have to be connected via a motorway at all times. So whether this guy is gonna remain as the closest, or if we get, say, a group of 3 that's slightly further away, it's basically trapped in there. Alternatively, we could make this guy a motorway. I was going to say make him a motorway and then have these 2 guys come across, but I keep forgetting that I don't have bridges at all. So this would cost me a motorway going that way either way. We're going to really need every motorway we get here, I would say. Could connect this guy to something, but I don't know if we need to just yet. This guy goes circular, certainly will. By putting him in, it just means we're going to have to use one of our sets of traffic lights. I guess possibly what we don't want is for this to be blocked off so that he can't connect to that anymore, so while nothing else is going on, I suppose we may as well connect him. So it makes another yellow. It's going to operate off one house for a bit. We could probably shorten that track slightly. We've got this guy back here. Might be able to connect to someone. Again, we definitely would want to divide these 2, which will cost us a motorway we don't currently have. We have lots of red houses though. I'm not sure we need to connect these 3 just yet. You can see the guys at the back here aren't even being used. But it's more just the length of time that it takes, that this guy here is the closest house to him. And there's no guarantee that he's even being used because this guy exists. So what we probably want is, say, these 5 houses here to all be connected and use a motorway to get over there. Like a roundabout in here, I'd say. Cool, there's the motorway. And the question is that the most dire need that we have? Clearing that out. I guess the answer is now no. Because we're going to need a motorway to hop these guys over the river. Oh, okay. So what's our best move? This guy running that nightmare route. That guy will be great. Oh no, this guy can do that at least. Well, now we've got them. Get rid of that. These 2 guys can now help out over here. This windiest road I think anyone's ever had to take to get anywhere in one of my builds. The honor of reaching a world's tiniest motorway. Okay. Now, the thing for green here is that they've actually got a fair few houses. That they are travelling a long distance, but there's so many of them that I am going to go for red. Let's pause for a second while we do this. What that'll do as well is that'll free up that connection there. So we can skip these guys up here. The green and the blues don't both have to connect at the same end. But we'll connect green to that end. Okay, but for now what we'll do is just make that connection. Because it's our one circular location here seems to be our problem. Child. Now, the other big problem that I have is that there are 2 yellow destinations that are still only operating off one house. Both of them are going to have problems. At least one of them's already got a motorway, so we can sort of do a quick pivot to try and address it if we need to. Okay. Let's take the road tiles. Let's see if we can work this out. So let's go. Again, this isn't pretty. I don't just mean my ability to draw a straight line. Okay, so that gives that guy 2 backups, and cool, they replace him with a 3rd. More cover straight away. Oh, he also gets an assist. Oh, they've been very generous. Very generous indeed. Wow. Alright, let's pause here for a second. Let's give that guy back. Oh my goodness. Get off my road. Okay. So let's flick this guy around here. Yeah, they really doubled down on giving us available housing. So now that we've got so many houses for this guy, what we'll do is we'll flick these 2 guys up. As long as we've got enough road tiles, we'll bring them down to there. So that this guy's now got some backup too. I suppose this guy is now the closest person to here. Okay. So this has just amped up the urgency of green needing something. Alright, let's connect that red house like that. Oh, run out of road tiles. These 2 red guys here as well. Alright, who doesn't currently need to be connected to anything? So all we've got to do is get these 2 guys down there. That guy at the back. One more. Let's connect that guy. Now the problem is that that guy... Oh. Okay, so what I'm also going to do is I want to steal that roundabout. Let me just build you just a manky explosion of roads connecting to each other. I want to see if I can put that in here, if it'll fit anywhere down here. There. Okay, so let's bounce that up that way. In fact, let's move it to there, so that they're slightly closer. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. And get rid of that and that. The problem is that we are going to have to wait for this to disappear. And we've got these cars already on the way. Let's just keep an eye on how these are performing. Okay, cool. We've got a couple of guys under here that we should just get connected on there. This will be the last guy. There we go. So then what we can do is connect that from there to... I don't have enough road tiles. Right, actually got to wait for them to make this windy journey all the way back. Alright, be free guys. We're going to need all hands on deck here, so what I might do is... Oh, I can't afford them. Let's just hold for a second until all of these guys have left home. There they go. Who can we cut? Just want more guys going. Those two guys are currently connected to nothing. He's not, because that guy's left home, so I can't steal his one. I need 1, 2, 3. Hopefully these guys think in a way that they address the one that's the major problem at the moment, but it'll be touch and go. Okay, so that guy's gone circular, so we want to connect these guys here and then move him across, but we can't yet because we've got no available tiles. So let's take the majority tiles. Those two guys there, so we'll then flip that guy and that guy around there. We'll connect him on there too. These guys should hopefully be okay. Alright, so the good news is that we have this little hub of guys building up here. We can connect him just at the back there. Which means that we can get rid of that motorway. We can give these guys back to over here. Leave those guys just unconnected at the moment. This guy here can connect in there. Good, he's a good join. Connect them, we can connect him. And we'll just put all these guys back that we disconnected. Got this guy here that we can join into. Swing him in and give him a set of traffic lights. And we do want a roundabout, I suppose, to put back in here. We'll just leave that as an awful setup until we get it. Because they are moving at least mildly fine. Right, is that a roundabout? Get that guy connected. This yellow guy here is probably the worst setup of anyone. And that gives him someone a little bit closer at least. I mean, another thing that I should possibly look at doing is this. Because then what I can do is cut that road shorter. Save yellow that little extra bit of effort. They're already traveling the longest distance. Let's just sort of help them out a bit. This red guy here's still only operating off 2, but like I did say at the very start, he might be able to do it for a long, long time. Still hasn't gone circular yet. There's another dark blue guy coming in. This group of guys seems okay covering these two at the moment, so that's good. I'd say as long as neither of those go circular, that should be fine. We are starting to get a little bit of excess. We are starting to get a little bit of excess motorways. So this guy here now has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So let's get rid of... What do we want to do here? Let's go, this guy turn around, and then we'll get rid of that and that. Have these two guys swing down here. So you can have 3 houses. In fact, let's be generous, give him 4. And then we'll cut that guy forward, and we'll make these 4 connect. And then we'll put a highway 1 back from him to there. So he gets 4. This guy has 3. And it cost me the same amount of motorways. Still got this group of blue guys here, not doing anything. Let's really connect him in. In fact, let's go up a bit and make that connection, because may as well have him just be a driveway. So these two guys here are now struggling a tiny bit. Let's we can help this guy out for certain, because all he needs is, we've just got the excess of motorway, so let's just cut down his travel time, and we'll just join these guys all together. Let's just put him like that. Oh, that guy's struggling as much as he is. Let's keep an eye on him to see how he's handling. Someone else just cracked it. Who was that? Well, I was just about to add these guys to that, but they're now going to be needed over here. Do we have anyone that's not currently on call? I don't think we do. I can see everyone from this section is actually not at home at the moment, so make that connection. And we'll put a set of traffic lights there. And let's use these two guys to go just give a quick assist up there. Sorry. It's going to also have to run this up there, but just don't have the available means at the moment. Let's give this a second to just clean that up a bit. We'll just keep an eye on that guy to make sure he's okay too. Okay, so we'll swing that back now that way. Is there anything that we can do for him? So, what we can do, we can just quickly build this road back here. And we'll get rid of that. See if we can get someone over here to help out. Who have we got available? I mean, almost every dark blue house is actually already present and accounted for on this setup, except for that house there and this house here. So hopefully they just start to just push that all the way back. Get rid of that for a moment just while they clean it up. Cool. Let's get this guy here attached into that little hub as well. Set of lights is a pain for them, but cool, let's do that. Hopefully that makes them slightly more efficient, if at all. Cool, and we'll just give these guys back their motorway. So he doesn't start to complain. Great. Okay, he's starting to go again. So let's swap while we've got the extra motorway. We'll just chuck this guy over too. Just give the extra set of hands. And he seems to be complaining just because he's the only, like, he is the only dark blue one I've got, so possibly just a lack of assistance for him. It's making him unhappy. So this guy here is now going to not be happy about only having 2 houses looking after him as he starts to buckle under being circular. And we will need that motorway in order to fix this, I would say. What we can do is we can connect all of these guys and let's just run them all facing this way down here. Now this guy's probably going to need that attention for a bit longer, sooner than this guy's going to start to complain. Again, we might have to steal Highway 2, go look after this, but we'll just keep an eye on how he's faring. And how this guy's doing too. Okay, he's starting to clean up. It's just, we will wait as long as we can, but this guy is about to go. So let's pull that one. Goes, and we'll just hop that over there. Just keep an eye on this guy. You really wouldn't think that one house could make as much difference as that possibly is. Another roundabout because we don't have any. Should get that guy connected, but he's going to be a set of traffic lights in order to do it. That guy's circular is a set of try and do that to see if that guy can be a little bit closer. Oh, he's going again. Got another blue one up there, but again, he's just sort of crammed into the spot that we can't really do much with him. This guy's certainly not happy about losing his close house either. We can give this guy another house. So there's only 4 operating off that. This guy here is not doing anything, so let's just swing him around. Let's put that guy in there. Just sort of move them all into that one same spot. As you can see, those 2 guys are already going. We don't want to really pull any more guys off this either. Now this guy here, we can sneak in there. Give him a traffic light. Mean that we can flip that guy over and then we'll flip this guy over. It's really, if we had another motorway at the moment, we'd possibly have to give it to another 1 house of that. Okay, cool. There's that so that we can go back to that. There's another house connecting into that, so he probably doesn't need these guys back as much as he originally did. Let's connect that across like that, though. I realize there's a road there anyway, so they're probably slowing into it anyway. And once this sort of cleans up, hopefully this will smooth out a bit too. And it's definitely a bad intersection there. I could put a set of lights in there. Can't fit a roundabout in there though. Again, this guy's not happy. Okay, cool. So what we now have is 2 guys up here. So the question is, are we better off with the 1 house or 2 houses that are almost twice as far away? Now, the fact that no one's sitting at home would say to me that we want more houses. Great. So what we'll do is let's have a look in here. Let's just... We're still waiting for that motorway to come back. There we go. So let's just continue to address this guy's problem as makeshiftly as we can. It's just stuck on that motorway coming in anyway. A lot of people going through that roundabout. Got another guy down here too. So let's get him to the back of that. Now let's change that guy's route to there, just so that we're not blocking sort of the back of the houses. Even with his extension, this guy's not too happy. Put a set of lights there, see if that increases their efficiency. This guy here is just an absolute line. Okay, let's go another motorway. Let's pause. Now this guy here has only been operating off 2 cars for a long time, so let's give him that third. The that probably still needs to be there. The downside of his third is that was the closest house for this guy, but it's at least the easiest for him. We'll get this guy connected there too. And good measure, we can probably bring this guy in as well. I think this guy's probably going to be our end anyway. This guy here's still not too happy. And Flick, he's sort of coming around. I mean, he did just get a 50% increase in the amount of houses attached to him. This guy here is still holding on for dear life. Still no really extra houses at all to get in there to help him. I mean, as long as there's a line of guys going in, I've got to figure that I'm sort of addressing the majority of it. They are moving slow in, slow out, but at least they're all there moving. Again, up to almost 5,000, and this guy is still... Look how casual these two guys and their life is. They're living the dream. We'll take the traffic lights because we've got none. This does feel wild though, that almost every single house except for one dark blue house is connected to this guy, and that's how he's faring. Meanwhile, no one else is even really in too much strife. Oh, there's another one for this guy. This red here, I might have spoken too soon. They're going to start to sort of amp up again. This guy down here is finally unhappy. Again, they're sort of addressing it nice and quick. A lot of cars on the road here. We do have the one motorway available. Well, so we can keep that in mind as we're watching this unfold. I mean, this guy's doing okay, but I can't really pull any more guys off him to take care of this. At best, I could offer this guy, at least temporarily, we'll give him that one house. Try and calm him down a little bit. And, okay, and so with that, we'll get rid of that again, let those two guys come back. And now what we're going to have to do is very quickly get these many greenhouses as we can in this conversation. Now I don't know why I haven't done it earlier. We can flick those two guys around, and probably don't need too much of that, at least temporarily. So let's do that. Hold on for that motorway that I reclaimed. Just here. It's probably going to be too late. But let's quickly get these 4 guys going. Ah, there we go. 5,600. Not a bad effort. Let's have a look at where that puts us on the charts. Top 1%. Even more than that. Beautiful. And a bit of breathing room in between too. So I mean, it's only early days I think on this one. It's only 4 hours in or so, so certainly won't sneeze at that. Any questions or comments, feel free to chuck them below. Until next time, catch you later. See ya.